Hey everyone, it's Amy, the Skin and Lash Lady, and today I'm going to talk about the 11s, what you can do at home to help reduce them. I'm going to be using my hands, I'm going to demonstrate with anma, I'm going to demonstrate with gua sha, I'm going to demonstrate with my mini, and everything I'm going to do, I'm going to list below. So let's talk about this area. You have a center muscle here called the glabella, and you have little muscles up on top of your eyebrows. So if you notice, I don't have 11s. I actually have a line here. My mom's theory, which I kind of like her theory, she only has a 1 because she said of all of her children, she had that one child that she worried about all the time. And my kid sister, she has 11s because she has 2 kids that are really challenging. I don't have any children, so I don't have it. So I think my mom's theory, she may be onto something. But for most people, the 11s are genetic, and it also holds tension and movement. Some people have these really super expressive eyebrows and they're all over the place. Some people, they're always like this or squinting. I know for me, I'm a squinter because I wear glasses. That also can cause it. It is caused from 2 things. It is from tension and also tight fascia. We have to remember when we're working on the face, we have 2 things. We have the muscle and we have the fascia. So fascia is this connective tissue, this web-like tissue that's over the muscle. If you've ever gone for a body massage and you feel really good, and then the next day you feel really tight again, it's because the fascia is tightening up and pulling the muscle back. Some people have fascia that constricts a lot, some people don't. Either way, we're going to address them both here. And we're going to start with our hands because that is the best tool that we all have. So I've already cleansed my face. I am going to add in my Peptitone. This is a neuropeptide. It helps to, besides boosting collagen, which we want collagen in that area, it also helps to relax the muscle. There's also listed below is one of the matrixyl over-the-counter ones that you can also use. Remember, my Victoria Dan products are only available through consultation. They're not available for purchase online. So I'm just going to put it, I only have 2 drops, and all over my eyebrow and onto my crow's feet. I don't use any oil for this procedure at all or this massage. Let's get into it. First thing we have to do with our hands is we have to do some fascia release. My nails are a little bit long, so I kind of have to work around that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, with the pads of my fingers, go really lightly over the whole area. So this is going to help with increased circulation, which we want, and just help warm up the area, and it will help with some of the fascia release. So as you can see, I'm basically just going like this. Think of it as kind of like a little bit of friction on there. And I'm not putting any heavy pressure on it at all. And it's not a lot. 10 seconds is fine. Now we're going to go with massage techniques. This one is kind of a funny one. If you have long nails, it may interfere. And I squished the eyebrow. And I like to do it like this. And what I'm doing is I'm pulling at that tension. You can do it simultaneously if you like to. I can also go throughout my whole eyebrow. Now, some people will say it'll hurt, and that's because it's that fascia and that muscle having tension. Don't do it where it's really painful. Common sense, I have hair in my face. Common sense rules, and you're not going to stretch out your skin at all, but I kind of like to just do it like this. How simple is that? And I go a little bit higher. The longer your 11s are, the higher the tension is. I have a little forehead, but I'm going to move it up anyway. And that's all I need to do. Now, you're not going to see an overnight result. If you come to me and you're 60 and you've had these lines since you're 40, you have 20 years of this line that's etched in. We can only help reduce the line. But if in your 20s and your 30s, you'd be doing these massages more for prevention. So that's one. But this is the one I like the most. I like using my knuckles. And I usually hold one side and I pull the other. And I'm putting in a decent amount of pressure. I'm not digging in, but I am using some pressure. And I'm going right over. And the reason why I hold this side is watch what happens. When I do this, I'm pulling this side over. I'm not getting the full stretch. What we're basically doing is stretching that muscle. So I'm holding on one side and I'm pulling over. Now, the best way to do it is simultaneously like this. This way, you're pulling that muscle apart and stretching it, and we work up the forehead. So I probably do about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like odd numbers. And then I'll go up, same thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I have a little forehead. If your forehead's bigger, you may want to work further up. That's so easy, right? You could do this. Now, the other way you could do it is with your knuckles. Not one of my favorites, but you can also do it this way. And once again, you could do one side and hold. But if you could do this, you will feel that stretch. And it is one of my favorite moves to do on myself. Okay, that's basically what we have for our hands. Now we're going to use our anma. As you know, on the anma, these are called the fingers. This is called the thumb. First thing, same thing. We're going to use the fascia release. And I'm only holding the weight of the tool, and I'm going right over, and I go a little further down on my nose area and up. I'm not putting pressure, and I'm basically doing maybe 20 seconds of fascia release. You could do more. It also brings circulation. It's also super relaxing. You could do this in front of the TV. Please make sure after you use your anma, wash it. I also get the sides. This is like my favorite thing. Okay, now, just like we did with our hands like this, we're gonna put our eyebrow right in here, just like that. I'm gonna hold one side, and look, all the fingers are running, because I have a small forehead, are gonna go, so I can actually accomplish a lot more. Now, if our forehead is rounded and this is flat, so you may have to work up. So I like to go right into my eyebrow. 1, 2, same thing, 5 movements, and I move up. And I'm putting in a little bit more pressure, but I really love this tool. Works really well. Now we're going to use the gua sha. So whether you have this tool, which is my favorite gua sha tool, or this tool, first we have to do our fascia release. I like to use the point of my tool, and it's the same thing. Light pressure. I'm only holding to brace. It's just easier to brace. And I go throughout the whole area with light. You can do long movements. I just do it like this. Once again, we're increasing circulation. We're helping to release that fascia. And if you have an anma that has all smooth edges, it's the same thing. You can use this curved edge if you like, but I like this tool better. And I just go over the whole area. And just like we did that movement, it's the same thing. We're going to hold on one side, and we're going to go right over the brow. 1, get that stretch. 2, and once again, I have to hold, because see, if I go like this, I'm pulling this brow over. I don't want to do that. Let's work on this side a little bit. I've been working on the same side. Now, some of the gua sha tools have indents, okay? Like this little one. This one just happens to fit perfectly over my eyebrow. So depending on whichever gua sha tool you have would make a difference. Now, if I go up here, it's not really working so well. So I would change to a different, like this one. See, it fits in snugly against my skin, and I would move it this way. So make sure when you're using your tool that it's comfortable for you to use, because we want to work smarter, not harder. So this particular one, I always like these little teeth. They help smooth down the skin, and I would just go across like this. Please note on any of the tools, especially your gua sha tool, our face is curved, and some people will go like flat, and they flatten the stone against the skin, and that can flatten the face. So we always want to be more, I don't know what angle that would be, but we don't want the stone that flat on our skin. We really want that edge, and I can even turn it around if I wanted and use that edge. We really want that edge to be onto the skin. We don't want to be going like this, because we don't want to flatten the face. Okay, now we have the mini. So let me just put some conductive gel on. So, and just like the other movements, it's the same movement. How about that? And I'll give you a little one, another movement at the end. I hold on one side, and if my hand is sliding, I just put a tissue there to hold, and I go right across the area. And this one, I don't always wait for the beeps all the time. I kind of cheat, and I just go 3 movements, and then I move it up, and I go across. And then I do it on both sides. Same thing, hold one side, go across, and go across. And like I said, I know I don't wait for the beeps on this because I kind of have like a rhythm, because this is for relaxing the muscle. And then what I do with my mini, a little bit more conductive gel, I go right here and I kind of pull up. Well, not kind of, I do. And what that helps to do is to release any tension that could be from down in here. And that's basically it. It's all the same movements. And it takes time. And you will get a reduction, but it takes consistency and time. And if you add in a peptide to assist in that area, it just helps the process a little bit more. If you have any questions for anything, or you need me to make a video, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.